account. So we got simulcasting going on, and so I'm using a device to allow that screen sharing and audio sharing taking place while I bring you the show from my phone, so that we can have a nice monologue here tonight, the way it's ending up. Unless our friend Tim Torosian or our friend Emily Gallmer end up showing up. These shows are routinely scheduled in for 4 o'clock Central every Sunday with Emily Gallmer and Tim Torosian. And Emily has been expressing changing her schedule and changing her commitments. And so waiting for Emily and Tim to work out what changes may be taking place or might be needing to be set in place as the change for Emily. But I did not receive any final word on that in terms of having that coordinated with Tim. And so in terms of Tim's absence right now, I don't know kind of what is happening behind the scenes and with their personal situations. I know some texting has been going on to kind of take a look at what we've done in the past with this show and kind of what that meant for tonight. But apparently, Tim was not available to participate in planning this last week. So we are just shooting from the hip and keeping it going. Maybe doing good for Tim's situation. Maybe needs our help. I know sometimes he's enjoying a meal at Culver's or things like this. And sometimes we see him coming in a little later on than planned. So I'm just trying to be the good team player here. And actually, I just noticed that I did not create the recording to the cloud, but that's okay. We can get that going right now and say hello to our audiences from Transform You Media Network, the Disability Channel, the PAC Channel, Nonprofit TV, Wingate Studios, Wingate TV, and we're talking to some others in collaboration. We also like to give a shout out to Jaws Coffee Chat, Jennifer A. Whitaker and the crew, John Tarr, also working with Emily Gallmer. And so just really creating a nice collaborative approach and sprawling out and creating more opportunities, to share what we experience offline from doing these podcast shows with all the live streaming, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, YouTube Live, and all of the other platforms that our network partners find to help us get out on. Want to make sure I did mention the PAC channel by Community Pay It Forward, communitypayitforward.us with Zach Clayton. So we are having a lot of fun being in this space and being a media enterprise and be able to bring you shows like Tim Torosian created Blue Collar Crypto. So Tim looks at cryptocurrency as quite the resource to help people round out what they're doing economically and monetarily. His passion is to help the blue collar worker take a look at it a little closer. And I always like that approach. I always say anytime it sounds like we're doing stuff to help people be ready for highly informed decisions, that's good stuff. And we've enjoyed the morsels and nuggets and the tidbits and the details and the references that Tim has been bringing. So we are looking forward to his next showing, whether it's today again yet, if we kick this back up and make it happen a little later in the evening tonight, working around Tim's situation, or next time, or if I am pending to have a word that my doing this may be the last regular run of it. And, but one way or another, I will keep you all informed that if I have more news from the blue collar crypto workspaces, I'll definitely pass that out. I'll kick up another production to make sure that everything comes to a complete and natural conclusion. If that is it, or I'll look forward to getting back to Tim with hopefully the possibility is he's ready to get back up and running with his next show next Sunday, or like I say, he might connect in with me this evening yet, and we might be back on. So we're having fun with a little impromptu, spontaneous approach, improvisational, and that's okay. That can be entertaining in its own right. I wanted to show you a little something tonight since I'm filling in here for the others in the team, Emily and Tim. We all have a mutual interest in mutual aid. Mutual aid is essentially how I met them. And so I thought I'd show you that a little bit to kind of show you that cryptocurrency has its place naturally in our common interest between Tim, Emily, and myself. So I hope you all enjoy that. You can find mutual aid at mutualaidnetwork.org. So what I'm going to do here is going to get into some screen sharing and going over to my browser. You'll see how we're over here at our podcasting stuff going on, but it says the screen share is loading. So we're going to go to mutualaidnetwork.org. Emily and I are both working board members of mutualaidnetwork.org and Humans United in Mutual Aid Networks. Basically, Emily and Tim are out with the Madison Mutual Aid Network, and I participate remotely from out of the Milwaukee area. And so what we have here is, if you're curious to participate, let's see here. Here, I'm going to stop sharing because it's not confirming for me that I shared audio. We're going to be getting some audio. Yep, looks like I needed to share sounds. So we're coming back to it with now the sound capability ready to go. But right now, I'm just showing you the calendar. So here's a calendar of events. You'll see some of these are listing like a board meeting, whatever. The public is welcome to our board meetings. Everything's all open source. We have our Solidarity Summit showing up on the 18th and 19th. So here is something we've done in the weeks past regarding our Mutual Aid Network Solidarity Summit. So the theme is deep and wide, and so in 2018, 2019, we'll host our next quarterly Solidarity Summit, where we come together across our locations and share knowledge, inspiration, skills, and more. And then here's a link to the Zoom there, which you also can get from the calendar, or in this Go Deeper section, there's web meeting instructions. The theme is deep and wide. We'll enjoy the opportunity both to expand and deepen our networks. Saturday will focus on current partners and local work. Catch up on recent progress, update action maps, solidify networks and plans, how we can showcase everything the next day when we'll invite more of the public. So Saturday is Neighborocracy learning session. Learn from Joseph Rathanam how neighborocracy has become a tool to organize enormous numbers of neighbors in India to solve difficult problems and build beautiful solutions block by block. Learn how the UK partners aim to adapt it to their context and dream about how these frameworks could support your own mutual aid networks. So again, that's on the 18th. And so let's see here. That is showing 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I'm going to put that on my planner. India, 8 a.m., 10 a.m. Zoom, Mutual Aid Network. Aid Network. Okay. So then Saturday, March 18th, 10 a.m. to noon, Solidarity Summit Action Plan Map Part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and get that summit note on my planner. There we go. So that takes up the morning Central Time. And this is all to coordinate with that. It'll be approaching 7 and 9 p.m. This will all be in the evening out there in India. So that's what we're doing, is trying to make sure it works on both sides, USA side and India side, and everywhere in between. And anybody else who's willing to be a night owl further east from India. So Saturday, March 18th, action plan map. Build on the action map we started at our previous Solidarity Summit and move listings and connections into real world exchanges. Sunday is the Solidarity Action Map building with newcomers. We'll present what's happening for newcomers to see and invite to add themselves in the mix. Sunday is March 19th, 12 to 2. Central Solidarity Economy Principles session. This is external to the summit, and if you are with a related organization, you can register here or join via our humans registration. Sunday, March 19th, 2 to 4. I want to make sure to make these notes again. So 12 to 2 again. Solidarity economy principles, and then the next one is 2 to 4. Now these are central times that we show here. We'll host an open space session where people are invited to go deep into specific issues, plans, or dreams. We expect to host several breakout rooms, including care, team wellness, tech collaborations, regional partnership, learning games. We'll see how we can develop more crystallized visions and share them as a full group to close out the summit. So I'm just going to put in here the breakout room aspect is the novelty with that one. Breakout rooms. So there we go. So I want to come back here again. I showed you the calendar. With these events, there's man web meeting access instructions under this Go Deeper tab. And you'll see that everything you need to use the Zoom technology, whether over the telephone, US side or Canada-wide, anything where it's a reasonable call from US-based numbers, and then link to the Zoom meeting to join us for that Solidarity Summit and all of our events that show on the calendar. You can also get to the calendar from the events tab. So from there, I want to go back to the beginning and just kind of showing how that gets the calendar from the events tab, and then taking you back to the home page of this. And I wanted the audio feature because I wanted to be able to click here and then play this, enjoy this video.
Tired of doing the same old job day after day, doing this when you'd rather be doing this? How would you like to do what you like to do? Well, now you can. Introducing Mutual Aid Networks, or the new The Man.
The new The Man values everyone and all kinds of work, women's work too. Here's how it works. We come together as a cooperative or mutual aid network around a common goal: food security, clean energy, community justice, creative projects. We support each other in a network of mutual credit, and when we need things, we turn first to sharing, making, and using things like maker spaces and tool libraries, Then time banking, where we exchange time credits for abundant and necessary things like care, creativity, or community work. Price-based mutual credit for local business. And savings pools for when we need money and can tap into a collectively managed pool of it. Then we add in the processes to make it all work. Building the skills we need to come together, identify work that needs done, and make it happen. Learning how to apply our resource sharing tools effectively to our lives and our projects. Relearning how to figure out what we really want to do with our time, and then learning how to share our money and manage it well. We connect lots of individual man projects, large and small, in a network of mutual aid. The main man. Eventually networking our networks into an economy that works for all of us. The 100%!
What would it look like if everyone were doing the work they loved, what they felt called to do? What if everyone had the opportunity to build their skills to their maximum capabilities and then apply them to making their communities whole and beautiful?
Let's find out! Join us! Launching now around the world. Give a little money to make a lot happen.
All right, there you go. You got a little breeze through of mutual aid network work. And so I hope you found that valuable. And I guess I do want to go back to this browser, and I want to see what I need to do to get my, see, your screen share is loading. All right, so here we go. And I want to go back to where I'm on the home, and I want to go back to parts that were referred to in the video. Something just happened here that it bounced me again. It's all right. We'll give you a repetitive orientation to the layout of this website. But you see time banking, posterity budgeting, price-based mutual credit, community investment assistance, common fund, work redesign assistance, sharing project facilitation assistance, time banking. So time banking, exchanging time and not needing money to go ahead and exchange those services and activities and spend that time together with other members of the time bank. Over on the right with the price-based mutual credit. So with blue collar crypto, imagine growing the application of, how prices that are set, that the person who is putting that to the market with that price, based on that price, that cryptocurrency could be a way to, either in part pay that price or in full pay for the price that's based on the mutual credit needed to get the item or the service that way. And then with the common fund, to be able to look at building into common funds where cryptocurrency would be in the fund, and then being able to do different things there to, again, create more resources and resourcefulness, for all of these aspects. These are meant to be economic solutions for people in everything that they're trying to do in life. So again, I thought that might be a little helpful, a little thing that would be great to feature and good for the totality of our programming here with Blue Collar Crypto. Blue Collar Crypto is a part of the World of Ability podcast network, which was inspired out of Transform You Media Network. And so the anchor show for that is the World of Ability podcast. And that is a show that is disability advocacy live streaming and everything we do in the video production to have good, good exemplification, how we can just dive into something from everyday life, whether from mainstream or whatever, and then to go ahead and give it the spin that incorporates the application of how what people are doing, how things can happen where it becomes more favorable, or to bring out of it the success stories existing there. for people with disabilities and for the people outside of the disability community, that their goals are better met by having it more favorable for people with disabilities to participate, because a lot of times with projects and business and community work, sometimes the larger numbers of participation, the bigger the success. And so people with disabilities definitely should be factored into that. And so that's what we're doing all day long, is helping that happen. And even here at Blue Collar Crypto, to take a look at the particular considerations of whether or not someone with a disability participates in blue collar crypto, or I should say more cryptocurrency platforms. And if not, why? And if so, where can that be a great success story to spread that out and around the great success, doing stuff with cryptocurrency. So that is going to wrap it up for today. We can have an announcement here for also with events, the International Day of Happiness on St. Patrick's Day. We're closing in on that. We're about a dozen days away from the International Day of Happiness. So you can find more information on that through happyneighborhoodproject.com. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything to add, or anything about future shows here at Blue Collar Crypto, or anything with the World of Ability Podcast Network, feel free to call me. I am Kurt. You can email me, kurt@projectdiehard.org. You can also call and text me, 262-372-1754. So I encourage you to do your Googles and research, due diligence. We got past shows here with Blue Collar Crypto that you can check out to get more of those messages from Tim. And we'll keep you posted here. Stay tuned for the next message from Tim, or message from me if Tim is discontinuing his Blue Collar Crypto stuff, at least through what I'm doing and Emily's doing. I definitely will make sure that there's an update on that, if not from Tim directly, or with our podcast engineer, Emily Golmer. So that will do it. Thanks again for tuning in.